I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking.
So today with us on Stool Talk, we're honored to have a special guest. Here on Stool Talk, we walk in our purpose on purpose, and today's guest is definitely doing that. She's a woman of many things, educator, an athlete, author, child of God is definitely amazing as well. She's a great leader of young women, not only on the court, but in life. Today we have with us the one, the only Miss Jada Hargrove. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Excited to have you on. When I seen it, was doing a little research, and I'm like, man, like you are the type of person needed to be around the next generation because you wear many hats, because you experience different things, and you are relatable to them, and they see you in action as still doing things and still striving to be great. So take us a little bit how how you grew up and your journey in sports.
Oh man, I had a late start to basketball in my opinion. I started playing around seventh and eighth grade, officially with an AAU organization. I went to North Clay Middle School in Riverdale, Georgia. So that's where I got my first beginning. Shout out to, Coach Hill, the coach from the hood. He does a lot of stuff for the community and he kind of instilled within me a lot of great leadership. He really pushed being a light. He saw it in me before I saw it in myself. I then went on for high school at Charlesville High School and also in Riverdale, Georgia, where I would later become a region champion, a scholar athlete. I graduated there with a 4.25. And I didn't know where I was going. I fortunately tore everything in my ankle my senior year. And, I had one loan offer to Alcorn State University. And the coach she didn't fall in love with so much of my game. She didn't know how good I would be for her, but she fell in love with, my stat in terms of my grade point average, my leadership abilities, still sticking around and coaching even though I was hurt. And just being who I had always been since I was a kid, just somebody that stuck out and really did what she loved to do. Now I went back to my alma mater after that long COVID year. Of sitting out and going virtually, and I just came back to education so I could give back to my community.
Yeah, and what does it mean a person like you being from the city you from, growing up in the neighborhood you growing up, and being that you can be somebody and make a difference in your neighborhood and now with these young ladies, like what does that mean to you, and like what kept and thrived to keep you pushing because you could have gave up.
Absolutely. I just have to lean all of my worries and my anxieties and those pressures on God. He's given me the peace and serenity that I've needed. Personally, I played in different countries, not officially for a professional team. I've done like some 3-on-3 tournaments. I've had the opportunity to play in the pro-am here. But for me, it's always been God. He's always rested in me and me knowing who I am and not needing validation from anybody else to tell me, oh, you're a pro, you're the world's best. I can be the world's best where I am. People, I can connect with people at a deeper level because I'm in their face. I'm here with you every day. A lot of people don't know I work out at 6 a.m. before I go to teach at 8 a.m. And then right after I'm going to work out. Like what you see is what you get. And you can't see and feel that with Asia Wilson or Angel Reese. You don't know what they're doing outside of the basketball world. So to me, it's just being a vessel,
Yeah.
allowing God to use me in a light that they can't use the celebrities and the superstars. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you definitely you're reachable, you're touchable. They can come talk to you, and you are the pro, and you are the elite person that's in their life, and that's much more too. You wear so many hats. Like I said, you're an entrepreneur, educator, pro, a coach. How do you balance it all? What do you use to make sure that you stay grounded and strengthened up because you're so pouring and you need God to pour back into you?
Absolutely. I lean on my village. If it's not God and I don't feel like being churchy, I use my village to kind of remind me that these moments that I'm living in aren't forever. I give myself time to rest. As God says, be still. for a second, and pour into yourself. I spend time doing nothing at all some days, and I used to feel guilty for it. You know, growing up as an athlete, it's very, very hard to sit yourself down and actually soak in the success. It's always about what's next, or, you know, the next game, the next point. So I just show up wherever my feet are 100%. If I'm at home and I'm under the covers and I'm binge watching Scandal, that's where I am. All right. But if I'm on the court within those four lines, I know it's my time to be a leader. It's my time to be a light. I allow other people around me to radiate their positive energy as well. But it's time for me to be myself. It's time for me to do, you know, what I've set out to do on this planet, on this earth. So it's always been bigger for me in that aspect.
Yeah. And what do you love about basketball, and what do you love about the youth, and what keeps pushing you to be great in both?
As far as the youth, I just love that they still have chances. They still have opportunities. They can still have room, you know, to mess up and groom themselves. And the quicker that they know who they are, the better off they are, you know, later on in life. I had some amazing mentors in my life, but I didn't have anybody like me. So I think it's very pivotal when you talk about the youth, that they are able to put their hands on things and touch things. So that's very important to me. And in regards to loving basketball, man, for a very long time, I isolated myself. Basketball was my release. When you encounter leaders, leadership is lonely. It's not always cool, you know, to do the right thing all the time with your grades and on the court and putting extra. It's not cool, and you see that in a lot of athletes nowadays. Like, putting in the work isn't fun, you know. But I love the work. I love the journey. I love the quietness in it. And I love the challenge, the inner challenge that it gives athletes all around the world to dig deeper, you know, for a bigger purpose. It's a team sport. So showing up as the best version of you has always been something that, you know, that was instilled with me as a child. And I just carry that wherever I go.
Yeah. If you could describe your journey in 3 words, what would it be?
It would be, I would say rewarding. Even though I didn't go, you know, to the WNBA or do anything big like that, I met some pros. I've been able to play with WNBA champions, MVPs, league MVPs, and it's like right up the street. You know, I don't think God could have placed me in a better place than where I'm at currently. I would say transformative. A lot of people see me as a finished product, and I'm just continuing to learn and transform myself into the woman that I want to be. And I think insightful. So yeah.
Do you still play now, or do it just depends on the league, or what is your playing? With you playing, like not coaching but playing, what does that look like for you?
Well, for me, I play every summer. Right now, I don't know if you can read my hat, but I play in the Red
Yeah.
Bull 3-on-3 tournaments. So that's just where Red Bull does a lot already with dance competitions, basketball, you know, other things. But I'm on a 3-on-3 team. We just represented Team USA in New York. I want to say in like August. We did not win it all, but it was a beautiful experience. Again, you meet a lot of the big people in the basketball world, like Lethal Shooter. He came and did an excellent shooting clinic down there, and it's just still, people don't know about some of the smaller. I won't even say smaller. You have the WNBA, the NBA, but you also have the G League. You also have,
Right.
you know, you have other small sectors where people who don't get that opportunity, unrivaled, you know, get another opportunity to showcase their talent. So I'm still playing. I plan to play in the ABL also this summer. And again, it's just like I was able to guard, I believe, number 3 all-time scorer, Daisha Fair from Syracuse. I was able to play and see Erica Wheeler. It's a lot of big names, you know, that you don't get the everyday opportunity to see and to meet. So I'm still playing. I play against my girls in practice, and I get 1-on-5.
Let me show you how you properly do this jab step.
Yeah, let me show you how to bink, bink, bink. Let me
Yeah.
squabble up a little bit. So absolutely.
So
And
do you play here in Georgia?
absolutely. The ABL is in Atlanta. They play at KIP Atlanta. It's free. It's a community
Okay.
event. It's a nonprofit organization. And every July and August, they have like a championship game. Now, the women's tournament or the women's bracket started 4 years ago. And from those 4 years ago to even last summer, we've been 4-time champions. So
Yeah.
nobody's been able to really touch it. So I'm looking forward to the competition this summer.
Yeah, definitely, definitely gonna have to check you out. And it's even good that your players can see you getting buckets, putting shots
Absolutely. They be like, Miss Hargrove, I see you do that movie you've been working on. I'm like,
up.
yeah, you see how it pays off, it translates. So absolutely. And coaching has definitely been different to answer your second question. Not being able to do stuff on my own was really hard because I want to go out there and one like just reinstill confidence in kids that it doesn't matter your height. I'm not tall at all, but it's just how big you play. So
Yeah. What inspired you to step into the entrepreneur lane, and which biggest lesson have you learned so far with that?
Okay, so entrepreneurship, as you stated, I am an author. During that COVID year where everybody was sitting down, I get my workout in, but I also felt like I had something on my heart that I wanted to give to the world. And the best way to do that, I feel like, is in a book. A lot of people nowadays don't read, but the most learned lessons you can find is in a book because that's been here for centuries. It's been here for years, and it can be revamped. It can be rebuilt. So God placed on my heart to write a book. It's called Transparency: A Head Start to Collegiate Sports. And it's just engaging with the young mind of how to master who you are at the high school level. So better translate some of my personal stories of stuff that I went through at a HBCU. You know, everybody says going, D1 is the biggest thing, but understanding, some of the options you have at the other sectors. They're switching up the rules a lot now. They're not even counting JUCO years and NLI deals. So I'll be coming out with another book as I continue to become more educated on what's changing. But as far as entrepreneur, I just feel like using your voice and being able to translate messages to people is huge. And what better way to do that within a book?
Yeah. Now, where is your book and how can people publish? I mean, find it to purchase it.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, our website is under construction.
Okay.
But for future reference, once we come out with the second edition of the book, I won't reveal the title just yet. You'll be able to find that on my all social media platforms. We'll be selling on Amazon. We'll be selling on my personal website as well. Ebook, everything. But coming hopefully by next summer, both
Okay.
books will be out. They'll be printed and they'll be ready for people to read.
That's good. And I'm definitely because I'm involved with the FCA Fellowship of Christian Athletes. So I go
Mm,
around talking and doing devotional with teams and encouragement. So, when I do come up, I would love to purchase some to give some to some people,
absolutely.
upperclassmen that's transitioning, about to go, to college. And I know that y'all writers, y'all authors, y'all are different. Y'all read, y'all put a lot of work in. And I know what it takes to write a book. Like my wife, she's an author. She got her own publishing company. So, she kind of be in front. I be asking her questions about different things like that. So I know the blood, sweat, and tears it take to put in a book. And y'all, that's y'all baby because that's coming from here. And God's giving y'all, insight on what to put in the book that's gonna help others.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How does your work as an educator influence your other roles?
All right. I believe that education can happen anywhere and you can learn from any person. I remember growing up in high school, my mother said, okay, you can kiki with your little friends around high school, right? But be friends with your principal. Be friends with the janitor. Treat everybody the same. And that took me a long way. I remember my principal, she gave me some money going to college for my room. And the janitor, he gave me a key, he slid me a key, make sure I could get in the gym whenever I wanted to. And that just shows you that you can teach and you can learn things from so many people, and that all people's opinions and voice is very important as long as you have a listening ear. So I simply teach my students with my example. Back in the day, it wasn't cool to be multifaceted. They always told you to stick to one thing, stick to what's work. You can only choose one. And, all of a sudden they see Angel Reese being, a talk show host, a model, a basketball player. And it's so cool now. And I love that for her. I think the best teacher is teaching by example nowadays. And you can do that through entrepreneurship. You can do that from, any aspect, as long as what's true to your heart and what you want to give to the world.
Yeah, what does family mean to you, and how have your family supported you over the years, and even now with your teaching, education, and even your teams?
Family means the world. And family isn't always just blood. Family could be from your mentor, it could be from your pastor. I love my pastor at Kingdom Nation. It could be from anybody. Family is just meaningful. Like I feel like a lot of people's projects, whether it be, the Beyoncés of the world, the Bronze of the world, their family, their roots, where they come from is the thing that they always go back to. And that's exactly why I want to be with the youth, so that younger generations know that they can always come to me, speak to me, and we can exchange, positive energy and positive roles and lessons. There's some things even children can teach you that you don't even recognize about yourself. So family is big, because families are always teachers. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah. What's one thing that you can speak on to the youth, that you even speak to your players, that you're trying to instill inside of them? What's one thing you could tell them?
I would say never allow someone to tell you who you are. I remember in college, we had a fairly losing season, unfortunately, and this is a really transparent moment. We maybe won 2 to 5 games at most, and it's hard, being the competitor that you are, living in that atmosphere. I resemble a lot of the Kobe mentality, doing right, 5 a.m. And if you don't do it, and when I'm on a court, I hold my teammates accountable. And, it's not always received in the best way. It's often misunderstood, if you ask me. A lot of people said I was too intimidating. I wasn't soft enough as a woman. And I just feel as if no one can tell, my story or leadership, or why my heart is the way it is. And I think that oftentimes back in the day anyway, I allowed people to tell me, yeah, I should soften up. I shouldn't be the leader that I am. My voice didn't matter, or it was too much. And now, as I am playing with different pros, I just realized that I probably should have just changed my environment, and that I just got to be unapologetic. It works. You see it. You see it in Angel Reese. She's the staple piece of being unapologetically you. And I love it. I love that for her, and I love that she's implementing that, especially in women's basketball, because it needs to be seen and it needs to be understood.
Yeah. And how has all these different things you went through, trials, tribulations, lessons learned, how has that shaped you as a coach and as a mentor of young athletes?
Oh man, what you see is what you get. Like I said, that Angel Reese demeanor, that Angel Reese mentality, I give it to boys, I give it to girls, old folk, young folk. It doesn't matter. I can on one side be very competitive, be very hard. You can't guard me. I can be that, and then on the flip side, I can be a great teammate. I can be loving. I can be caring. I can be a nurturer, and I can give what my teammates need, no matter what they're encountering and no matter what they're doing. And I feel like that makes me a good leader, understanding when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And even just in education, teachers are needed to be flexible. They need to adapt to different types of kids. Some kids you can't be soft with. You got to be a little bit more intentional with your words and how you come off, so they know that you're. So I just think it just shaped me in all multifacets. Sports has helped me tremendously, whether it be in my career, whether it be me as an aunt, or whether it be me as a coach. All of those things that I learned through sports and working with others have helped me tremendously today.
Yeah. And what scripture or faith principle do you keep as grounded as your foundation, that's your go-to?
Nothing you do, if you're doing it for the Lord, will go in vain. And I believe, I'm a strong believer that God keeps his promises. And it may not look like what you think it's supposed to look like. But as long as you have faith of a mustard seed and you trust him, things will happen for you.
Yeah. What does faith mean to you, and how has it got you through ups and downs in the past and even now?
Faith is a difficult journey. It's a difficult journey because, again, you're looking towards things that you can't see. It's like you're looking at a black wall and you don't know what's a light behind the wall, but it's black, it's dark, it's lonely. And like I said in one of my 3 words, it's transformative. And I'm just a strong believer that faith can teach you so much as long as you're willing to see what the end's going to be.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone trying to balance on their walk through life ambitiously?
I would say write it down. Like, the Bible quote, write it down, make it plain.
Yeah,
You got to write it down. You got to see it. A lot of people do goals at the New Year's and they're like, okay, I want to do this, that, but be a little bit more specific, be intentional. I have like, if my goal is to buy a home, okay, well, how much monthly do you need to save? Right? How's the economy? How's the market? Right? A lot of people have these goals that one day I'm going to have a big house. Okay, now that you have that goal, God has placed that on your heart, hopefully. What are you going to do now to break that goal down to get across the finish line? And even sometimes I feel like you have to shrink your finish line. If I want to be a 3-point shooter, then my finish line to become a 3-point shooter every day is to get up 1,000 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I got Jada as a player and as a coach, what are you bringing to the table on basketball? Like, what is your skill sets? What are you great at? And coaching, what are your teams going to bring to the table?
All right. As a player, I'm the glue. I can turn it on and be, a scorer, or I can turn it on and be a defensive player. A lot of times, if you see me in the ABL, I'm the defensive player. I have to guard the best guard, which makes the team go, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm very short. I'm very fast. I'm very annoying. I'll whisper in your ear, pinch you, whatever I got to do to sacrifice for my team. That's what I'm willing to do. And I feel like that's a loss. That's a lost cause in the WNBA. A lot of times they love those big, lengthy forwards that can score, that can use their length. But they're missing some quality guards that can be great leaders. You see that in Sydney Colson. Sydney Colson playing with the Aces. Not asked to score 10,000 points. No, that's not her role. Her role is to play defense. Her role is to bring peace and continuity within the team. And I think she does an incredible job at that. And as a coach, I'm very analytical. I love watching film because the film never lies. So different ways to manipulate the defense and the offense. Very smart when it comes to that. And I think I just see basketball from a different lens because I've had to play at a different height than that's normalized. Everybody's like, oh, you're 6 feet, you should play. And they kind of wave off the short people. But, we got a little bit that we can contribute. And again, like I said, we see it at a different lens. So I'm just bringing, I think, uniqueness. And I'm bringing somebody that's a full-time competitor. It doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, what your race, ethnicity, I'm a competitor.
Yeah. If you had to build a dream team with only 5 players, past or present, who was on your squad?
Oh, man. Can I split this up like women and men?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Our women's team has to be Tamika Catchings. I'm going Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi, Asia Wilson, and Candace Parker. That's going to be my 5. That's a solid 5. That's a solid 5. For my men, the greatest point guard, I don't care what anybody says, is Kyrie. I love how he manipulates the ball. I love how he finishes at the rim like he goes. Man, this battle between Kobe and MJ at the 2. It's hard. It's hard. I'm going to go with Kobe. I love Kobe. Let me think. Steph, got to get the shooter. Got to get a shooter. I love Ray Allen, but Steph hits a little bit different. He's my generation, so I'll go with Steph. LeBron, the king, love what he's doing, especially with his power school and how he's, using his money and his success to give back. And my 5, I'm going to go with Shaq. I love Shaq.
If you had to have a theme song for your career, your life, what would it be?
It'll be Beyonce Bigger. It'll be Beyonce Bigger. I think that song speaks volumes just as in regards to when you, like the words say, when you feel insignificant, you better think again. It's a real gut grabber, and I listen to it before games.
That's what I was going to ask you too. Now, what is the difference? Like, take me through when you about to get ready, amped up before a game versus your team. Do you let them do their thing? Do you make sure you see what's going on? How is that?
I let all my teammates do their thing, and I'm solely focused on calming myself down. I get real excited. It's short people with little people syndrome. So sometimes I gotta listen to gospel before a game. And like I said, also Beyonce. Beyonce is a trailblazer. Her outreach, her focus on just like the details and her creativity is what I implement in all that I do in my life. So that girl, that's what the kids say nowadays. Anytime I need to feel like I'm that girl, like I need to show up, I listen to B. But gospel is my first go.
Yeah. Who is the silliest person on your team?
The silliest person on my team. That is so hard. Them girls are hilarious. Um, I'll have to go with. That's so hard. They all silly and they all young. I'll go with Aaliyah Kelman. She's our center and she's our double queen, but she is so goofy and silly. I can't take her serious.
Who is the best dressed? Who got the best swag? Because you got
So
some
I'm gonna go
swag
with Jada
too.
Stevens.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to mix it up a little bit. I try to show my girls it's okay to do both. I know growing up I was a tomboy. I love being comfortable. I didn't like a lot of heels and dresses and but over time, like I said, I've been transformative. I've been able to, show my kids it's okay to put a heel on, a dress on, but definitely best dressed, I'll say Jada Stevens.
Who was the best dancer?
Best dancer, none of them can dance.
So y'all team ain't getting in trouble
Best
for doing
TikToker.
TikTok and stuff. Oh yeah,
Best
okay.
TikToker.
Best TikTok.
I'll give that to Zai Mitchell.
Okay.
I'll give that to Zai Mitchell.
All right. So we're gonna go this or that. Pick one or the other.
Okay.
High tops, low tops, or mids as far as who? Which one do you like?
If I'm hooping, I'm going low top.
Okay. Why is the transition now with the new generation? Tell me that since you actually still playing. Like, what is it? Because I know yours probably, man, Kobe used to wear them. So, you
Yeah.
know, so what is the trend? Like, why everybody switching to lows?
I think people like the high shorts, the low shoes, showing legs. Leg sleeves is popular now. It doesn't look as cool if you got high top shoes on. So I think just having everything tighter, cleaner, a little sleeker is what they like to do. They used to wear the big shorts now. When we was in high school, the big shorts, the big shoes, the socks all the way up to your shin. I just think they just want to show a little bit more skin, be a little self-expressive with the other, basketball accessories.
Yeah. Are you going Dunks or Jordan 1s?
I'm going Jordan 1s. I love a classic.
Yeah. Um, a retro, a Nike Tech sweatsuit or a graphic tee and some distressed jeans.
Normally, I'm gonna go graphic tee and jeans because that's literally what I wear. But I love a Nike Tech. I love a good set.
A game day sneakers, fresh out the box or broken in?
Fresh out the box. You look good, you feel good. Come on now.
Crossover or step back?
I'm a mean crossover type of girl. I'm a mean crossover type of girl.
Fast break or half court set up?
I'm going fast break. Why slow down when I can run past you?
If you had a chance to win a game, what fashion are you winning it in?
You mean like a blowout versus like a buzzer beater?
Or a jump shot, a free throw, a step back, a floater?
I want this. I want the deep 8-ball corner pocket 3 at the buzzer.
At the end of the day, beyond basketball, business, and coaching, what do you want your legacy to be? What impact do you want to leave?
That's a good question. At the end of the day, I want people to know God because they knew me. A lot of people like, you're the it girl. You've been that girl all your life, blah, blah, blah. But no, God's the head of my life and he's really it for me, which allows me to authentically be myself. So my legacy is all about just being me and inspiring others to be themselves, because I believe that every person that is born on this earth, they have a gift. They have something to show. They have something to transform, to change, to enlighten, to make better. And as long as we're doing that, I think everything will take care of itself. I don't have to focus on how I can have better relationships with, my kids. We have a good relationship because I'm myself and I'm real and I'm me. And what you, like I say before, from the beginning, what you see is what you get. And I think the realer, the more authentic you are in relationships and your walk in life, people can share more with you and they can love who you truly are. And I feel like at the end of the day, love, as long as it's radiated and it's real, I can't complain on my dying bed because I know I've loved people and they love me back.
Yeah. Who would you take? Ty Tribbett or Kurt Franklin?
I gotta go Kurt, because Kurt gonna give me like a little dance. He might rip the shirt off. I'm that kind of praiser. So I'll definitely take Kurt.
And Jada, we're spotlighting you for just all that you do. your athletic ability, your elite athlete, elite coach, elite teacher, educator, influencer on the youth. Jada, you have everything that you need inside you to be great, to be able to play, to be able to teach, to be able to just show the youth what God has done in your life and what He's doing through them, and allow them to see God through your lens. And for He can be the center. We talked about that a little bit earlier when you said how people wanted to put you in a box. But when people put you in a box, they can have their name on it. But when God is the center, His name will be on it. So it allowed them to know the gifts and talents and stuff that they have, been given from God. So continue to, coach, continue to teach, continue to allow them to see their greatness through you. Because can't nobody do you like you do. And you to be great, continue to lead the youth and allow them to see their greatness inside them, the gift, talents that God has blessed them through the lens for they can know their purpose, they can walk towards it, and they can know that it's anything that they can do it because you're a visible, person that they're seeing really doing it. And we need more people like you, especially growing up to allow these people to know that they're loved, they're needed, they're valued, and that God loves them as well. So continue to be, that person in their life for that school, for that area, and it's much needed.
Amen. Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it. I'm gonna make sure my kids see it. And
Yeah, yeah. And send me some of your teammates, I mean, not your teammates and your players. Send me some off,
okay.
for an interview. And I want to connect with you too, even when the season starts, so I can come up there and speak to the team too, and get some content, and just, blow y'all up and allow their journeys to be seen too, and just, be a part of whatever you got going on. Are you coaching AAU, or you gonna be playing?
No, throughout the summer, I try to focus on me. I do a lot of training. A lot of our girls will be on the AAU program.
Okay.
So as that gets started, I'll definitely shoot you some information. Like I said, we got three great freshmen right now that are coming in hot. They were bad middle school champions, and I think we're keeping them together. We want to keep them together. We want to keep that family together as they grow up and become seniors and get prepared for the next level. So I'll definitely be in touch with you.
Yeah, yeah. We thank you. We appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah.